How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. I feel like we made some really great progress last episode. It's fantastic. I can head straight back to the Gray County. Make sure I get that right. And I'm going to head to the Burbling Ooze this time, barring any potential interruptions. A dozen eyes wink and two mouths make kisses at you. That was weird. I just wanted to do a little kissy noise and it sucked my... Felt strange. Potentially sounded strange. From within a squirming, corpulent blob of crude oil. This is very rude of the blob, and it likely only feels comfortable in being so because it is protected by a circle of electrified shale spires that spark with lightning. Harness the lightning! I will turn into Zeus, or Raiden, god of thunder. Anything can attract lightning if it's the tallest and pointiest thing in the area. Drawing upon your deep command of the arcane, you jump up and make a steeple above your head with your fingers. The lightning abandons the spires and nestles in your bones. That's deep down in there. Not feeling so big and strong anymore. The blob bows in apology and shuffles away. You gained fossil fueled. My fossil is fueled. You're all charged up with electricity from those weird oil pillar things. +1 mysticality. Ha ha ha! I love it! That's actually unreal. That's such a sweet opportunity to juice yourself up a little bit. I gotta start lifting some weights or something though. My muscle losing it. You got anything to say about this big pile of ooze? It seems like no. He just wants to talk about the big machines and everything again. A weird sparking rock. Yeah, now I'm a little bit sparking too, so I feel like a little bit of a kinship with that rock and thought maybe we could have hung out. You probably have to be whatever type of geologist when I chose to be a crypto-botanist. This ooze is really burbling. Oh, excuse me. If you taunted it, you could probably get it to attack you. Or I could just gather up some ooze with my hot and sleaze armor. Seems like we're going a little bit in the direction of the spittoons here. Just reaching into disgusting goop. Slowly. Partly due to the slime's viscosity and partly so you don't make it angry, you wade out into the middle of the ooze. Then you stick your hand down into it with a glorp sound. Your skin tingles and you get a faint sense of deja vu that you can't quite put a finger on. You pull your hand out, bearing a handful of stuff exactly like the rubbery, glistening black slime that collects in bathroom sink drains from bacteria feasting on soap scum, toothpaste spit, and decomposing hair. Literally the worst thing imaginable. Just absolutely wretched. If you don't know the stuff I mean, consider yourself lucky. Handful of black ooze. You can't tell if it's actually twitching or if that's just the nerves in your skin trying to get away. Urgh. Well, I can also fish in it, which I didn't expect, but I can also just fight it. The squirting crude ooze. Squirting, he tends to shower your entire party with oil, dealing sleaze damage. The corpulent ooze, he's going to attack the warbler and kill him, basically straight up. And the oil golem, and also just does quite a lot of damage. They don't actually have anywhere near as much health as I expected, so I don't know, the ramp of difficulty of encounters in this game, is like pretty light, so it's not that often they run into things that you can't quite readily just dispose of. And I probably made this harder on myself than it needed to be, in the sense that I could one-shot two of these things quite easily. Or, yeah, I think those would have both been one-shots quite reliably. This does 8 spooky damage. Okay, so that's a little stronger than I remembered it being. You won! You reduced the viscosity of the burbling ooze by a small amount. Refined oil for your sophisticated lubrications, and electrified oil. This slime is millions of years old, yet still crackling with ancient volcanic lightning. You know what I mean, right? The cool red kind you see pictures of sometimes? It sounds neat. Moxie and maximum AP, it's pretty good, and mysticality, AP, and damage of magical weapons by 3. Do I use magical weapons? I think I do. And then oily doily. This doily has a hole in it, which allows you to wear it as one of those lace collar things that Lady Supreme Court Justices will eventually wear. Moxie and meat drops. I believe my weapon is magic. It is. The ring, yeah, I straight up can't take that off apparently. And what did I also want to check on? What potion do I currently have the effects of? Was the main 0. Genuinely none. And this one seems pretty damn good, and I can just do this more to farm more of them. Electrified knuckles. You rub the oil on your hands, your knuckles begin to crackle. My dad's nickname when he was like a young man was Knuckles. And then when I was born, some of his buddies would call me Lil Knuckles. It only lasted a couple of years, but I just thought, like, what a dope nickname. And then basically the rest of my life, I almost never had a nickname at any point. I was Noodle for a while, just like, it just makes sense if you know my full name. And yeah, Lil Knuckles though, that was a cool one. Never stuck, never meant anything, wasn't actually attached to me in any way. Your hands are charged with electricity, which nearly doubles your fidgeting efficiency. Oh my god, I'm literally in the middle of drinking a coffee, and I'm exaggerating this, but I feel like I never have steady hands at the best of times, and I can feel that I have a little bit of like jitteriness right now, and I'm fidgety at the best of times, so I'm really relating to this potion here in numerous levels. Mysticality, magical weapon attack, and AP. Shit, that's really good. Zot! Yeah, not shit. Zot is what I meant to say. Of course. When I started that attack, I actually meant to fish. That was a little bit of an accident. Oh, great. Well, I literally just replaced the exact potion that I used. I got an additional refined one, which is less useful to me, but still a pretty good item, and an oily wallet. This wallet smells like a refinery and is dripping with ooze, but on the bright side, the leather is extremely supple. I guess it would have been oiled and really made as soft as can be. Maybe there's some meat left in it. Let's fire that open. You carefully extract the money from the revolting wallet. I guess it's true what they say. The oily Boyd gets the coin. I honestly don't know what a Boyd is in that context, but it's still funny. And they do not say that. That is a lot of meat, considering. That was huge. I'm gonna taunt the thing again, because I like to see what the different types of enemies are in these different recurring encounters. A gushing petrogeode, so it's a geode full of petrochemicals. It will spray for sleaze damage. My additional AP, I can do this one more time than I had previously. Oh, they're sleaze resistant. That makes sense why it was about as crappy as it probably could have been. So, figure I would apply that to just about everyone. I'm going to summon a helper to help punch things around a little bit. What more could I do here? Let's just try and spread the damage around a little bit. Yeah, that was some pretty... just me basically ignoring... Weird that he can't... The like mirror image of me is limited. It says it's already been used by the main me, and apparently that counts. I wouldn't have guessed, but yeah. Now that I realize they're all sleaze resistant, I could be a lot smarter. You reduce the viscosity, extra virgin crude oil. It's a little disingenuous to describe millennia-old rotten plant material as clean, but this is as clean as it's possible for such a thing to be. Increase moxie and damage of ranged weapon attacks. A gush stone. This little rock doesn't stop spewing oil unless you plug up the hole with something. And it has no wear, deals moxie plus sleaze damage. Again, the wear doesn't actually matter. It's a silly little gag, so don't need to put anything in that. Wow, he's really freaking out. The Oil Man. He's a weird, jiggly, jubbly, wacky dude there, just slick as can be. Oil Man is smoldering. Is he just like burning to death, or what is going on there? Holy, I feel bad for him, I guess. Just a small bit of empathy for this weirdo. Yeah, you can only do that one once. Summon up my guy. I could blast. Oh, it's not. That's the one I want. That's the stronger one. He was the one who was on fire. I should have spread it around. Doesn't matter. Instead, I will just end it. Like summoning that guy didn't matter. Oil Man Stetson. There are strange things worn in the fields of corn by the men who drill for oil. Is that like a famous opening line to a book or something? There are strange things worn in the fields of corn by the men who drill for oil. It's not the most poetic, but it's evocative. It leaves you wondering. Moxie and HP. It's like not a bad hat by any means. A electrified shale. Also still has sleaze armor. I shall ignite them all. Ooh, I would come up just short. Alright. Focus my attacks here. I don't know why I insist on making maximum use of my AP when I can kind of just blast through things like that. Another oily wallet. Well, if I keep turning those up, then I'm gonna be just set for life. That seems like a little bit excessive. Like, I'm already earning money outside of that. So it seems unnecessary. Okay, well, I can throw 4 of these at him. Still even more than I needed. And put away some more. I basically, I'll do it until I have 2 battles in a row where I don't encounter a new enemy type. That's going to be my strategy here. The giant belt buckle. This is a garish belt buckle that says, I'm the kind of joker that would buy a belt buckle as garish as this one. You know the type. Adds meat drops to a pair of pants. And well-oiled trousers. Extra magical attacks. Ironically, these pants were made by extremely poorly maintained machine. I have a lot of stuff attached to my pants, and I don't think any of it is a belt buckle. You're wearing this, yes. You attach the buckle to the electrified, greasy, fireproof, riveted Chapada's pants and start strutting around like you own the place. They are now the garish, electrified, greasy, fireproof, riveted Chapada's pants. The garish was the addition there. I'm never going to need to replace those pants. They got everything I could ever need. There's like new things I have found that are good, that have good starting base stats to like expand from. But you know, I'm kind of just set. Alright, no new enemy types, so at this point I will probably assume that I've seen them all. I'll fight my way through it. Who knows what kind of other like goodies the game is going to hook me up with. And then I can go deal with Rufus. I'll circle back around to that. Another belt buckle, which is kind of nice because I just used one, and so if I ever replace my pants, then I know I immediately have another one waiting for me. So that works out like really well. Oh no, I need to go to the campus. I just got used to hopping between those 2 locations a little bit. So, Rufus, time to see what your deal is. I'm just going to skip over that. Whatever. Rufus, my boy, I've done what you asked. I got your ooze. Here, please, take it. This is really unpleasant. Sorry, but you need to keep that for the next part. This is the last thing, I promise. Okay, what is it? There's a strange well in Gray County, like an old-fashioned wishing well, except when you put something into it, it starts with the letter H, it comes back changed. Oh, yeah? I've seen that. Wait, is that why it had to be a handful just because of the H? Yep. That's so dumb. I could have used a hamper, a haversack. I don't need that much. I don't remember this. I did this. I put something in there that started with an H. You're also going to need some intense stench resistance to carry the stuff back here. It's going to smell really bad. How much? I don't know. About 8? 8 sounds about right. Alright, I can probably swing that. Good luck. Don't get any in your mouth or eyes or anywhere, really. I guess there is actual, a measurable quality to our armor, but it's kind of funny to just be like, I don't know, 8 stench? Stench is like the one that I don't have. I have all these, I found all these books and things that I can use to raise up my stench armor quite a lot. I don't actually know if I even have items that are well suited. Okay. Nope. That one's food, but the accessory has a lot. The flowery cloche has a lot. Okay, the booze-soaked handkerchief. The blood-soaked would be very different. Yeah, okay, I thought I had something. I have way more than I thought I did. It's well and truly not going to be a concern. So I think I might as well push up ahead and just go deal with that. But was the wishing well... He said it was in Gray County, right? I've only been to a couple locations. So it would basically have to be in one of those. But I might as well check. He wants you to go to the hellhole. Yeah, okay, so the H-hole. It's just the H anything hole. So I didn't actually go to it before, did I? I became aware of it. There it is, the H-hole. The wind blows an old sheet of paper into your face. Plop, kind of nostalgic. Yeah, we've seen this. I stashed the meat from our bank job under the old burnt tree. Meet me to divvy it up. Bye. Go with burlap sack. Dig it up. Meat. I'm pretty sure I saw that one before. Wow, it is hot here. You fan of this? Seems like something you would like. Grah! Hot here. Too hot. The swamp was pretty warm too. Swamp different. Wet heat. That is actually very true. Humid heat and dry heat, totally different. Canada, very dry. So it makes the hot and the cold worse. The cold is iffy. I don't know. I don't know about like wet cold. I feel like that would suck, but like in a very different way. Do not throw anything that starts with H down this well. Smoke pours off this nest of very hot ants. Hopefully fire ants. They seem like they'd be able to tolerate it better than most. A smoldering creosote bush collects some resin. You slurp some resin out of the central stalk as though it were the world's hottest milkshake. The phlogistic resin. Of all the debunked theories of how fire works, this one is the one we've all agreed to pretend is true. This rock is boiling with unquenchable rage. Head off in search of an eye hole. If I go this direction, will it be a G hole? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. You're not going to let that sign tell you what to do. Nope, throw something in the well. Well, I'll fish it first. I have so many handfuls of water that are among the least useful item. I would hope that I can just throw that in there. A glob of molten metal. Once enough heat is applied, the lowliest tin can is equal to stature to the most elegant golden can. Set an enemy on fire for 5. There's some extra meat on the line, and that was it. You only get to do that one once. Well, the handful of water, the hot rod, I don't want to throw my fishing rod in there. A bunch more handfuls of holy water, curse like a sailor, gasoline, the dirty water. I have so much of it. So many things. I have so much of the ichor. Well, the handful of dirty water is the easiest one, so, you know, just go with that. You lower the handful of dirty water into the well. Nothing happens for a few minutes, and you pull the bucket back up. What? Whoever's down there must not be interested in that particular item. Oh, okay, so it's kind of a crap item. Do I get it back? I do get it back. Clean water, they don't want that either. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a boring one. The hand washing gasoline. What do I have multiple of? The ichor. Again, I don't think they would send this one back. Oh, you fill the bucket with ichor and lower it into the well. When you pull it back up, the ichor has liquefied and gotten really hot, as somebody down there apparently put it into a little bottle for you. Boiled blood. You're not sure whose blood this was, but they're probably glad it was removed before it was boiled. Increase HP by 5 and hot armor by 3. Wow, pretty good, honestly. It's like better than the regular item is. Let me... I'm choosing my moment. I do want to look at the ichor, actually, and get a sense of... Was it a food? It was a combat item, isn't it? What the hell? What is that stuff? Here it is. It's just the good parts of some blood. It's not a potion, it's not anything. It's actually a very useless item that I can turn into something useful. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to a couple more of them. I might as well have like kind of a stash of this stuff since the main item is kind of nothing. But I'm definitely going to keep playing around with this. Like, what if I give my fishing rod? I think I have other fishing rods. Not interested. I wasn't sure about that one. Curse like a sailor. Okay. You lower the reference card into the well. When you pull it back up, it has been transformed into a smoldering book. The Libris Maledexit Oceanum. A book of secrets penned by those souls unfortunate enough to have sailed to hell and back. Deal your Moxie and Sleaze to all opponents and set them on fire for 3 once per fight. It seems actually very strong. Moxie is not my strongest stat. 8 is pretty good to do to everyone. Deal your Moxie in spooky damage. In Sleaze damage, which I guess lightly wouldn't have done me much good, but then it also applies fire. It's like directly better than what I currently have. Although I can't continue reading it to raise my Sleaze armor. Is that what I was doing with the sailor curses? It might have been. That's fine. Hand washing gasoline. You put the gasoline in the bucket and lower it into the well. You hear a bubbling noise, and when you pull it back up, it contains a glowing red liquid. A little glass vial filled with swirling flames. It'd make a pretty good bed warmer if you decided you didn't want to throw it at somebody instead. Hot damage to all enemies and set them on fire. The things that are coming out of this are like notably strong. Take my candy. I don't care about it. You put the candy in the bucket and send it down. When it comes back, it has been transmogrified, mostly via inflation, into a cake. Devil's food cake. Cake imbued with the power of Satan and the protein of 3 large eggs. Muscle, Mysticality, Moxie. I wonder if these are things that I can only acquire by doing this, or if there's other ways to get some of these. The hefty, sharpened, nasty spoon was my weapon way back when. You lower it in, and now it is smoldering. And it causes 3 fire. Mysticality plus 5 plus puts things on fire. Mysticality plus 6 plus 1. Wow. Okay. Well, this is an interesting impasse. Where did it put my spoon? It is still a weapon, right? Did it turn into the flaming? That's what I have equipped. Yeah, I'm looking for like a wooden spoon. There it is. There it is. So flamin' versus smoldering. It is kind of better. What are the things? What could I apply to it still, actually? Make any weapon into a melee weapon? No, I don't want that. This is a magical weapon. How many of these things are things that can be applied rather than just literally being weapons themselves? There's got to be a better way to check. Yeah, the ones that don't say weapon. So, increase the damage of it by 1. So if I literally just apply... Oh, it already is hefty. You've already attached that. Yes, that one's not going to work. The Sharpening Stone adds 1 bonus damage. It's already been sharpened. Alright, well, for now... This is better? No, well, the fact that it does 3 on fire... versus 1 trade-off there, like that might suddenly be better. So I think I will start using that one. His Majesty's least favorite poems. I should remind myself what that one is before I go replacing it. Is this the one that adds the Sleaze armor or what have you? You're not interested in the poems, sort of liked. There's no way you're reading these. Oh, so I actually haven't done anything with that one ever and have been carrying it around all this time. Please, become something better. You lower the terrible book into the well, it comes back in a more scorched but more interesting form. The posthumous work of the Romance poets. A book of poems written by the Romance poets after they were justifiably and appropriately consigned to the eternal fires of hell. Grants an upgradable skill, Coldritch's Armor, which gives you cold armor. Coldritch's? Well, the book is a fanciful travelogue of poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge's posthumous odyssey through the fiery wastes of hell. So instead of like Dante's Inferno, is that? In the process of which he develops the skill Coleridge's Armor. Huh, you might be able to pick up a thing or two about that. You mean Coleridge? No. Anyway, you don't want Coleridge's Armor. It only protects you against other Coleridges. I will start reading it. The book is mostly a catalog of minor slights thrown Coleridge's way. I actually don't know Coleridge enough with an E to know what the gag was entirely. Hopefully it ties into Dante's Inferno, then I'll look like a genius. Until I admitted otherwise. Coleridge's Way by real-life figures like Albion's Lake District. It all seems petty and irrelevant, but the writer insists that understanding this is the foundation of the armor. If anyone knows cold, it's Samuel Taylor Coleridge. There's more to learn. Right, I believe cold armor is one of the ones that I have never been able to invest in. I haven't had the means to, and I think it took this, so I'm going to keep doing it like 6 times. In his journey through hell, Coleridge recounted the fiendish punishments given to those persons who tormented him in life. Adam Smith, the newspaper tax collector, a person from Porlock. In death, all were cursed to see water everywhere, but never be allowed to drink it. The same sanction does not afflict Coleridge because he has Coleridge's armor. I will keep reading. You learn that hell is full of various beasts, both great and small. In one chapter, an albatross tries to take a bite out of Coleridge's haunches, but he is protected by his eponymous armor. His journey continues at some length, but it becomes digressive, rambling, and difficult to follow. Still, there's useful information in here. And again, I'll invest a handful more times. There we go. Rounded everything out. I'm short on the sleeves by just a little bit. Do I have... Did I get rid of it when I did the other thing? The shocking jokes give sleaze armor. I will do it because I want those all rounded out. Now I just need a way to raise my regular armor, some stench, some muscle, but I'm becoming a very fully formed, rounded human being with no flaws whatsoever. The amethyst earrings. Wait, were those... I'm pretty sure what I went way out of my way to, like, I screwed those guys over to make this. Regenerates 3 HP per round. It's very good. It's very good, and so I'm potentially risking a lot by dunking them in there, but, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Sometimes you might not gain anything, though, and it might go poorly, and you'll just lose things. Something ventured, something lost, I believe, is the second part of that phrase. You toss the earrings in the bucket and lower it down. When they come up, they're more on fire than they were before. Either somebody is talking about you, or the gemstones in your earrings are on fire. Are your ears burning? Humongous, insane amount of cold armor all of a sudden. Now it'll be up to 15, so that's kind of crazy. That was worth it. Hollow gator tooth random weapon. It's a gator tooth gun. It's been twisted into a convenient gun form. This is one of those hollowed out gator teeth converted into a gun that shoots fire you've been hearing about. Deals moxie plus hot damage plus causes fire. Weirdly, crazily strong. Didn't I just use a gator tooth? Yeah, okay, so I guess I have another one. I didn't think I had 2. Handful of steam, it'll be nothing. A hot thing turned into a hot thing. The handsaw, was that a weapon? I don't even remember. You lower it in, when you pull it back up, it's white hot, the molten handsaw. A saw perpetually stuck in the process of melting. Again, it just makes it hot damage and things. The amethyst armband. Honestly, that one I don't recall. I do not remember what the hell the amethyst armband is, or how I received it, or what it does. Maximum HP. I'm guessing it'll just gain cold armor or something, same as like most other things have. The Flamethyst armband, same change, cold armor. With this on, you'll never need a cigarette lighter again. Of course, it'll also burn the cigarette out of your hand before you can smoke it, but that's just a detail. I'm almost at the end of throwing things in here. The hot pot metal ring, I guess that just is a ring. I'm guessing the handful of soap doesn't do anything. No, I kind of want to just inspect the ring to remind myself what it does on its own. A ring made from the remnants of fondue pot that flew too close to the sun. Fondue deluge applies 1 additional fire. So I can make fondue deluge like really strong, but I can't take off my ring anyways. The glob of molten metal, oh, I destroyed it. Yep, I just completely destroyed that ring. Well, I'm glad that didn't happen to some of the other things that I chucked in there. Most things improved. The hot rod one, that's one that I wish actually something happened with. It's kind of funny to put a hot rod in a hot... It would have made sense to me. We'll do the black ooze. Okay, let's see. You put the ooze in the bucket, then remember Rufus warned you that you need at least 8 stench armor to tolerate carrying the stuff back, or at least until you can stuff it so deep in your backpack that it won't matter. Guess you'd better take care of that first, and you reclaim your ooze. I really struggled to get that word out. Stench armor, handkerchief is an accessory, so I'm swapping out those earrings, just trying to like keep track a little bit. And the hat is always easy to find. There, I'm loaded up in things and looking sexy while I do it. You put the ooze in the bucket. When you bring it back up, it's thicker, blacker, and burning angrily. And even with your stench armor, you can tell that it is foul. A glob of burning pitch. This wad of tar burns with the fires of hell, which is different from normal fire in that it literally hates you, rather than just being coincidentally ouchy. It smells terrible. Well, I'll try to remember to keep an eye out for like new items that I acquire that have an H in them, because that is a very fun mechanic to mess around with. I enjoyed that quite thoroughly. Let's go bring it back to our man. Whatever, I'll just fight whatever's coming for me here. I'll show them what's what. I'll just throw that at everyone while I sip my coffee. Sip slash chug. Ironically, it was, cold. You won. You take your non-Euclidean bullcrap elsewhere, bozos. Oh, hello again. Here's your fire glob. You notice that Rufus has plugged his nose with what looks like cement. Excellent. Once I refine this a little, it'll make the perfect magical glue to assemble my device with. Is that all you need? Sure is. And I can't thank you enough for all your help. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I definitely wouldn't have gotten this far without you. Don't mention it, Rufus. Good luck finding your brother. So we'll come back in a future time. Hello again. I'm still working on refining the glue. This stuff is foul. Thanks again for your assistance. I really appreciate it. And, you know, good luck to you and everything. I guess that's it. This was a very productive couple episodes. Feeling real good about that, actually, to the extent that we were able to kind of advance our stats, our characters, storyline, wrap up a couple loose ends. Considering the excessive amount of time taken away from playing the game, I don't think I could have hoped for things to have gone smoother, really, so I'm quite happy about that. Thank you all so much for watching. Pitch me some episode titles, and I will see you all again soon.